This is fun. This is fun. There's some people in here who know me, some people who don't. Let's clarify some things. My name is Lace. That is my real name. It's not made up. It's not short for anything, right? But people don't accept that. When they meet me, their response is always, "That is so unique. What's your story that goes with it?" And I don't have a story. Lace is just the name you get when your parents are 17 when they have you. That's right, you too could share a name with an original American gladiator. If your mom was unsupervised after cheerleading practice. That's right, that's right. I have this little fantasy about like why my parents had me so young, and I like to imagine it wasn't just because they were good-looking, horny teenagers down in Warner Robins, Georgia, you know, getting it on in a 1975 Gremlin, a Gremlin that my dad painted with yellow house paint. I like to imagine my mom could see the future, right? She's a psychic, and she was like, "Listen here, David, one day we're gonna have a daughter named Lace, and she's gonna find herself broke and childless in her 30s as a has-been beauty queen bartender, pursuing her big dream of being a stand-up comedian, performing all over the country, right? In clubs and barbecue restaurants and living rooms sometimes. Performing usually for free in front of tens of people at a time. So here, honey, hold my pom-poms. Help me get out of this cheerleading uniform. We're gonna breed ourselves a winner. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. And she did. She did. My parents are great. They are still together. It's very rare. Very rare. They are together. They shouldn't be, but they are, right? They're just together out of spite at this point, you know? I'm not gonna let anybody hate you the way that I do, and that's sweet. That's true love. That's the goal for all of us, really, isn't it? Isn't it? They're amazing. They're very supportive of me. It took them a while to be supportive, right? Because nobody wants their kid to grow up and be a stand-up comedian. Nobody wants that. First of all, not a real job, okay? Second of all, they put a lot of work into me, you know? And I know when they see me up on stage, they're like, "Oh, we're so glad that we sacrificed our childhoods to raise you, so you could make fun of us in front of strangers for validation." Cool. Here's the thing, they'd be way more impressed if I had grandbabies, though. That's what I do know, right? They're supportive of me, but they wish I had grandchildren. And it makes sense that they want grandchildren, you know, because they're in their late 40s, so it's about time. It's kind of late, actually. My mom likes to send me hints that she's ready for grandbaby. She sends me links to cute little baby clothes she finds online. Wouldn't it be so cute if one day you had a little baby girl and she wore this little crocheted bumblebee costume that I found on Etsy that I've already bought 3 of? And I don't appreciate that. That's too much pressure, right? So I've just been replying to her emails with links to cute little nursing homes. Just the cheap ones. I'm like, this one had a COVID outbreak. And I like to tell her, you know, I might be broke, but Costco has caskets. And I've already bought 2 of them, so, you know, I'm gonna keep her on her toes. Which is all fun and games until I remember how close in age we are, and I'm like, oh no, we'll be in the nursing home at the same time. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Here's the thing though, when you have a name like the title of a country song, you have a lot of pressure on you, all right? Because prior to comedy, I did pageants, and that's just what you have to do when your name is Lace, right? It's like it's your responsibility to go out and make it in the big city, right? To keep the family farm alive. Except we didn't have a farm, it was just a trailer, but still. You know, when you have a name like Lace, like, here's your one chance, Lace, don't let us down. Okay? And that's what I had to do. So I had to do pageants for years. I did that. And people are always like, that's so weird that you went from pageants to comedy. That's so different. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's actually very similar, okay? right? You're on stage being vulnerable, being judged by mostly gay people. Like, it's the same. It's the same thing. But the cool part is like nowadays I still get to be on stage, but I don't have to act like I care about world peace. Thank you. Thank you. I love that, right? I also like get to keep all the food I eat, and I think that's great. That's fun too. The easiest part is getting ready for the show because, like, if I do a comedy show, I don't have to now put a piece of tape on my hoo-ha while I'm backstage. To keep it smooth like Barbie. So I don't have to do that. That saves me a step back there. That's nice. It's nice. That's something we did, by the way. It's important. It's important that we did that, you know, because they won't give you a scholarship if they can see camel toe. It is very important. That is a real thing, by the way. We did that. We would put a piece of tape on, okay? That's what we did. It was called Tootie tape. They don't sell it in the stores, okay? Not yet. I will be selling some after the show. So if anybody's interested in freshening up their lake days this summer, I got you. I got you. If you're gonna try it out though, you gotta use medical tape, all right? That's very important. It comes off much easier, all right? You don't wanna make a mistake and use duct tape. Not again, not again. Be careful, okay? It hurts, and you might end up with one less lip. And listen, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure you need all four. I don't know why, but you need all four of them, folks. Gotta use medical tape, it's much easier. It's very important, very important. Speaking of pageants, I know I got some pageant people in here tonight. Who's my pageant people? Some back here, some down here. Awesome, good to see y'all. Everyone else is like, why? Why'd you do that? Listen, it got me here, okay? So I'm happy. I've been missing my pageant body lately, though. I have been, all right? Did pageants a while back now at this point. They kick you out. You can't stay in them forever. They don't let you stay in. You age out, and they just call it that because they can't tell you that you're no longer allowed to compete because now you have opinions and cellulite. So that's what they call it. They say you aged out. Not in there anymore. And people are like, oh my God, you could still do pageants. And I'm like, no, I couldn't. But that's sweet. I appreciate that support, right? That's why I love my girlfriends, because as soon as I told them that I was ready to, you know, get my pageant body back, they're like, we're supportive of you. You can do it, right? They're like, you joined Noom. It's gonna happen, right? And I love that. I love to have supportive friends because they're like, we love that journey for you. And that's sweet. I appreciate it, because that is just the modern day version of bless your heart. We know you're not gonna stop drinking alcohol or start showing up to Orange Theory Fitness, no matter how much you pay a month for it. And those are good friends. Those are good friends, okay? It sucks though because I do comedy, so like I happen to have a lot of Gen Z friends by accident, and you can't tell them you want to lose weight. You can't tell them you want to lose weight because they're like, no, you gotta love your body. Love it for all that it is. And I'm like, first of all, I went through puberty in the 90s, okay? I've hated my body longer than they've been alive. So don't tell me how to love my body. It's like, call me when you get off your parents' health insurance, first of all. When you have an actual body to fix, okay? and you'll change your mind about that, right? But here's the thing. Maybe they have it right. Maybe these Gen Zers have it right. Maybe body positivity is the way to go. It's healthier for the younger generations. I appreciate that, right? It's a healthier way to go. And you know what? I've picked up a couple ideas from them. For instance, like maybe I shouldn't call it cellulite. I call it cellulite, I shouldn't. Maybe I should just start calling it fingerprints. Right? Just little trophies. Just left over from all the good times I've had. Be proud of it, right? And maybe I need to stop worrying about my boobs sagging one day, right? I don't need to worry about that, you know? Maybe boobs just get heavier. Because they're full of secrets. Left over from all the good times I've had. So maybe that's what it is. And guys, all right, I don't want to leave the fellas out of this. Gentlemen, listen, your balls. All right? They're not getting longer and more disgusting. I'm just kidding, they are. That is it's exactly what's happening, all right? First of all, why are they on the outside? Okay, if they're so important, why are they protected by your abdomen, all right? Also, they are by far the most confusing body parts between all the sexes, right? If it's hot, they're long and stuck to your thighs. If it's cold, they disappear. The only body part that plays peekaboo with itself. Very strange, very strange. When you guys sit down, where do they go? Are you sitting on them? It's just a strange body part, that's all I'm trying to say. Don't get me wrong, penises, big fan, love them, love them. Love a dick. Love them. This is how you know women don't care for balls. When we buy vibrators, are their balls attached? Nope. No. 'Cause they're weird. Right? Also, women are supposed to be the weaker sex, yet I can take you down with one flick. Boom, I'm done. One tiny flick of the finger. One little tap the back of my hand, you're fucking down. Who's weak now? All right? Thank you. You could punch my titty, I'll come back for more, right? Like, it doesn't... Can't stop me. Kick a twat. Nothing's gonna happen, all right? I can fight harder then, okay? I can fight harder. I don't know. Speaking of bodies, anyone else spend the pandemic trying to grow their own pair of boy shorts? Anybody else, or was that just me? No one else wanted to push their body hair to the limit? See what their pubes were capable of? Nobody? It was a fun game I played with myself. I knew it was possible because I know I have very strong body hair game. I know that because I used to play a fun game with my mom when I was a kid. It was hours of fun. It was called Help Me Find the Whisker. Anybody else play this game? So fun, right? It's normally your mom or a female relative, right? And they've got their hand on their chin, right? Maybe it's on the back of their arm, right? But you've got the tweezers, okay? Takes two. It's very important, right? You're both looking for like an 8-inch long jet black hair. Looks like it came off a Rottweiler. Real thick and spiky. Wasn't there 15 minutes ago. Right? Fun game, fun game. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the kind of hair you go through like an entire day of work, and then you get in your car and you look in the rear view mirror and the sunlight hits you and you're like, oh, cool. Screw all my friends. Screw them all. Nobody, no customer, no friend, no coworker saw like a phone charging cord hanging out of the bottom of my chin, just dangling there. Nobody could have pulled me to the side, done a courtesy pluck or anything. Help a bitch out. Nobody all day, right? And I should have been prepared. I should have been prepared that it was coming, because I used to make fun of my mom, and I'd be like, ugh, you're disgusting. And she's like, you just wait. And she's right, because I was getting ready for a show the other night, and I was plucking my nipple whiskers, and it's like that were bitch knew what was coming. She knew. Now, first of all, I need to address the energy in the room. I don't appreciate like all the laughs I got for the chin hair bit, and then I started telling the truth. And then all the women are like, I don't know what she's talking about. If you're worried that your men are gonna find out, guess what? Your men know. They know about your nipple hair, because when they're down there and they see one, they pluck it out with their teeth, they keep moving. They are horny and nothing can stop them, okay? Also, I don't appreciate the judgment, okay? I don't, because there's no way statistically I'm the only woman in this room with areolas. There's no way that's possible. Maybe look down a little bit more, ladies, all right? And if you don't have those yet, I bet you at least are rocking a sass crotch, because that's a fun thing we all had to find out about. No one gave us a heads up that this area doesn't stop growing. Nobody told us that, right? School books, like if you were in health class, they would just show you a body with like a triangle down here to cover it up. And you're like, oh, cool, it just stays in that shape. It's called a bikini line because it stays in your bikini. No, it doesn't. Not at all. Not even a little bit, all right? It's like it's got a mind of its own, just makes its way down your legs. Head to the back of your thighs. Connects to your knee hair, that's fun. All right, just like a bunch of pioneer hairs making their way out west. Just, I'm gonna go invent Mormonism. I'm gonna head out over to the plains like a pioneer. I used to wonder why my grandmother would wear ruffles around her bathing suit. And now I know. Now I know, and I want one. I want one. Oh man, despite all of that, y'all, somehow I got married. I don't know how. Thank you. Thank you. How did it? I caught him in my net. My thick, coarse net. Just caught him in there, right? I did, though. I got married, y'all. We just celebrated our 4-year wedding anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, I love being married. Gonna be honest, love being married. Love being able to tell people I married my best friend. That's the best. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. I love being able to I say it all the time. I married my best friend. I don't mean it, but I say it because it sounds good, right? Like I saw a couple who shares a Facebook account say that about each other, and I was like, that's healthy. Here's the deal. He's great. I love the man. He's amazing. He's not my best friend, okay? He's a soulmate. I would call him that. He's my soulmate. Thank you. He's a soulmate, or the first one who ever asked. It's one of those. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's tough. It's tough. I just wouldn't say he's my best friend. Like, he's a friend. He's a friend at best. Like, that's what he is. Like, he's there a lot. Legally, right? Like, I knew I wanted a house with vaulted ceilings, and I forgot to ask him how often he'd be in that house. That's my bad. That's my bad. Okay. Here's the thing, though. He's great, but I have a real best friend. All right. She's been around way longer. All right. She knows all my secrets. She's way cooler than he is. And most importantly, y'all, she's never tried to stick it in my ass. And I think that's where I draw the line for best friends. That's not what best friends do to each other, folks, okay? Unless that's your agreement, and then cool, all right? Best friends don't do that. Best friends don't go out to a restaurant, see you drink 2 margaritas, and then make a plan, right? That's not what best friends do to each other, right? Get home, getting frisky, he's back there, he goes for it, and I go, huh? Nuh-uh. No, thank you. And he's like, oops, wrong hole. Oops. You knew exactly what you were doing back there, bud. First of all, you can see the holes, I can't. What do you mean, oops, wrong hole? And then he's all disappointed. He's got a notepad on the nightstand. He's like, it's 3 margaritas. It's 3. 3, not 2. It's 3. Every time. I remember when things were getting serious between my husband and I was like, oh my God, this is it, right? Like, if he asks me, I'm gonna say yes, you know? Number 1, because I love him, but number 2, because I was like, oh no, I'm 30 and I don't own anything of value, and I forgot to start a savings account. Oh man. And I remember like fantasizing about like what that dream proposal would be like one day, you know? And I remember fantasizing about like what that dream ring would look like when I got it. And y'all, I am still fantasizing. There's a diamond there, that's what he said it was, so we'll go with that. Also, I gotta put some blame on myself. I did mention too many times that I was a feminist when we were dating, okay? Save that till later, all right? You can tell him, just wait till you get engaged, okay? Don't say that beforehand, right? And here's what you wanna make sure you say things like, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Like whatever was on billboards in the 90s, just say that, okay? Be careful, all right? Don't say that, I don't even care if I get a ring. That's the stupidest thing you could ever say. You do care. You might think you don't care. You might think you're just saying something to keep him around, all right? You're gonna regret that later, all right? Because as soon as you get engaged, every girl you meet, all of your girlfriends, they're gonna grab your hand and they're gonna look at it. And you're gonna be like, and they look at you and they go, did you say diamonds weren't important? And you're like, yeah, I did. I did. But it's cool though. He said he doesn't even care. He doesn't even, and here, honestly, he doesn't. I could put this ring in a lineup with one other ring and he wouldn't know which one was mine. So it's fine. He gave me permission. He said that I could upgrade. So y'all, year 5, I am getting a new husband. So I am real excited about that. Here's the thing though, he spends his money, all right, on himself, and that's okay, all right? Once again, questions you should ask beforehand, okay? He spends his money, he's really into mountain bikes. That's where all his money goes. I don't know if anyone's familiar. I know we're in like mountain bike country up here, all right? So you might be familiar. Not everyone's familiar with mountain bikes. Like when we were dating, my girlfriends were like, ooh, mountain bikes. That sounds like motorcycles. That sounds sexy. And I was like, it's not like motorcycles at all. That would be sexy. What he's into are just bicycles that have a big dumb shock on them, okay? Each one costs as much as a used car, and he's the motor on them. Not as sexy, all right? Thank you, one person. And here's the thing. I was a good girlfriend at the time. I'm a good wife now. He wanted to get me into bicycles, and I was like, hell yeah, I love bicycles. I used to ride a Huffy around my trailer park. Jumped over those speed bumps, man, I can do this. So we rode together for a long time, and we had 2 bikes, 2 people. I was like, that's enough bikes for all the people in the house. But I was wrong. Apparently he needs a whole bunch of these bicycles, right? He tries to justify his fleet to me all the time. He's like, no, babe, hear me out. Listen, I'm gonna need all of them. This one over here, this is better for uphill, all right? This is heavier, it's better for downhill. This is an e-bike. This one over here is a hardtail, it's good for jumps. This one over here, it's got different suspension, it's good for roots and around. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're one man with one ass, right? Like, I don't know. The woods has all those things you just described, right? Like, what is he doing on the weekends? Is he packing up all his bikes in the truck, heading up to the mountains, setting himself up like a redneck relay race? Every mile, he's like, oh no, got some more roots coming up, gotta switch bikes, hold my beer. Like, I don't know. I don't know what this man does. All I know is that every time I walk out into the garage, I just see 6 better engagement rings with tires on them. That's what I see. I guarantee you none of those bikes let him get away with that special thing I reluctantly let him do. Twice a year after 3 margaritas. So I don't know. There's no way. There's no way. Here's a little PSA, by the way. If there are any women in here who are waiting to get a ring from a fella, hear me out, all right? Maybe do a little butt stuff, just a little bit. Listen, only before you get the ring, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. The women are like, shut up, stop now. The men are like, hell yeah, finally. Listen, here's the thing. It wasn't until after I got engaged that I remembered an important lesson we all learned in science class, right? And that is how diamonds are made. Okay? If you don't remember, I'll break it down. It's the stronger the pressure, the bigger the diamond. I'm just saying, bear down. Do it a few times. It only hurts at first. Listen. But a tiny diamond, that hurts forever, okay? So you've gotta... weigh that out. Weigh that out. It's fun being married. Who's married in here? A couple people married? All right, okay, that's rare. Y'all wooed and said you were married at the same time. That is generally reserved for the single people in the room. Usually at any show that I do and I go, who's married? People are like, I guess. We'll see what happens in the car tonight after the show. Usually married people don't woo, but y'all are having a good time. You're fun people. I like that. That's good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love it. There was a weird time, though, that we had, a weird little moment. Y'all remember when Georgia had like a 45-minute shutdown during the pandemic? 2.5 years ago, right? It's a weird little bit of time where like I couldn't go and do live shows and we were both kind of stuck at home together. And that's weird, all right? That's a stressful time for a married couple is when you're stuck at home together, you know? Because at one point, he looked at me and he's like, babe, I've been thinking. And I was like, please don't. And he's like, listen, I love you, you're sexy. And I was like, duh. And he's like, but I wish that you would seduce me more. That's what I wish. And I was confused. Because that means that he thinks he's been doing all of the seduction in this relationship. I'm like, when do you think you've been seducing me, honey? Right? Because I put effort in, y'all. Like, I own wigs, I have lingerie, I shower, right? I do all the things, okay? And what he does is sometimes when I'm trying to relax on the couch and binge watch Netflix, he comes wandering into the living room in his soft shorts with a boner, so proud. As if he just created it custom for me. And he's like, huh? Voila. I'm like, that is not seduction, right? And he's like, that's not what I do. He's like, I'm stealthier than that. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, are you referring to the times that I'm on the couch trying to watch TV and you come into the living room in the dark, but you approach the couch on the side that I can't see you on, and you're still in your soft shorts with a boner, but this time what you do is you just take my hand and you put it on it. Is that it? Any woman who's ever lived with a man or dated a man, we've all been through that before, right? They just take your hand and they put it on it. First of all, as if they invented that move. And it's like, hate to tell you, bud, but that's the first and most recent way I've touched a penis. Y'all all do it. It's not smooth at all. The worst part, though, is once you touch it, you gotta finish it off. Them's the rules. We all know I didn't make the rule, but that's the rule, right? The whole time you're like, I don't want to pause the show for this, but all right. And there's one tiny bit of time where your hand is being lifted up and you're in the dark and you're like, oh my God, this is so romantic. Is this like the Addams Family and he's Gomez and I'm Morticia? And he's gonna kiss me up and down my arm, and then you're like, no, that's just a dick. That's what that is. Yep. And then it's even more stressful because you're like, that's not the ice cream sandwich I asked you to go get me 15 minutes ago, so I don't know what you were doing in the kitchen that made you so horny, but this is not what I ordered, all right? I wanted something soft and sweet, not hard and salty. That's what I didn't ask for. Didn't ask for. You enjoy that? Look, she said hard and salty. That's what they are. That's what they are, right? And the balls are there. There's so many things that nobody asked for. So I told him, I was like, maybe you could actually try, okay? Maybe you could actually try to seduce me. And he's like, all right, I will. And then it was a couple days later, I wandered into the bedroom and he was wearing the man version of lingerie, right? Which of course, if you're familiar, is the t-shirt and no pants. And by the way, fellas, what a look. Big fan, right? Take the one part of the body we all want to look at, your chest and arms, right? And just cover that up and show us your dingle dangles at the bottom. And your butt that looks like a bullfrog stood up. Your white bullfrog butt. And your white thighs that blend into your tan calves. Nothing gets us going like that, fellas. Keep it up. That's what works. So anyway, there he is in his mangerie, and he's got his leg propped up on the bench in front of the bed. Because, you know, we live in the suburbs, so it's mandatory that you have a bench in front of your bed. That's how that works. He's got his leg propped up, and I'm like, oh shit. He's actually trying to seduce me. This is nice. Right? He's in costume, you know? It's all propped up like Captain Morgan. He's Captain Morgan. He's got an eye patch on for no reason. I don't even know where he got it. Right? I'm like, I'm gonna let him stab me with that sword. That's what I'm gonna let him do. That's what I'm gonna let him do, right? I might let him look for some booty. You know what I'm saying? That's a pirate joke. That's a pirate joke. But then I noticed that in one of his hands, he's got a bottle of Clorox cleaning spray. And he's applying it to his dead toenail from a recent mountain biking accident. And I'm like, wow, that's just gross. That's what that is. That's home surgery. That is not seduction. We need better health insurance. I know that, right? I'm grossed out and I go walking down the hallway and I'm like, I don't know what I just walked into, right? But then halfway down the hall, I was like, wait a second. I didn't even know he knew where the cleaning supplies were in the house. I am turned on again. I'm soaking wet. We went back in there, we boned for 2 hours. I made him put some socks on first, but then we boned for 2 hours. That's the fun. It's the fun part of being married, right? She'll let anything slide, you know? Because it's too tough to get divorced. So you just keep it going. I do love being married. I make fun of him a lot. He's here tonight. He allows me to do so. He's here. That's good. I say allow. He doesn't have to allow me to do shit, but he's not going to fight me. He's not going to fight me. He's an amazing guy. I'm so thankful for him. Best guy I've ever been with, for sure. Love him. Good guy. So happy that we're together. But here's the thing. I do not miss dating. I don't miss dating at all. Anybody in here who is single or you're out in the dating world, that sucks. I'm sorry. I hate that for you. I truly do. I'm sorry. I love that journey for you. That's what I'm so sorry. Wait, I should have said the right thing. No, I don't miss dating at all because I don't miss like lying all the time. Act like you like the same shit the other person likes, right? I don't miss like hiding my crazy. Like I don't miss any of that. I much prefer being married. It's much nicer, right? I do not. I know when things were getting serious and like we were going to each other's houses, you know, before we got married, and I would let him like pick what we would watch on TV, you know, because I was like, this will be the last time, and don't get used to it, bud. So when he got to choose what we were watching on TV, I started to notice a pattern. I noticed that he was always watching the same types of shows, right? He loved anything about the wilderness, right? Especially if they were like people surviving in the wilderness, right? Men driving trucks on icy roads in the wilderness. Men heading out into the woods to build tiny homes, okay? And then I realized we were watching those shows for two totally different reasons. Like I was watching it for entertainment, and he was watching it like he was making a plan. And I'm like, I don't know what you think, bud, but I'm not letting you take me out into the wilderness. That's what I'm not letting you do, right? Because first of all, he tried to talk me into tiny homes for years. He was a big fan of tiny homes, kept trying to talk me into those, and I was like, first of all, I grew up poor, okay? I'm not living in something that can be towed away while I'm inside of it ever again, all right? He tried to sell me on him. He's like, no, babe, you care about the environment. He's like, tiny homes, they got composting toilets. And I was like, hear me out. I went to college. I am not shitting in mulch. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not a stray cat, all right? I'm not kicking bark over my feces. That's what I'm not gonna be doing, okay? Not gonna do it. Also, like, I love the man. He's good in the woods on a mountain bike, okay? Great on a mountain. He can drive fast through the woods, okay? But I don't know that he has the skills to protect me from a bear, all right? He doesn't have very good tracking skills. And I know this. For instance, if he has a shirt that I don't like, I can move it 5 inches to the left, and he'll never find it again. He'll act like someone cased the house and broke in to just steal that shirt from him. And the whole time he's complaining, I see the shirt out of my corner of my eye, but I'm not saying anything about it. I know where it is, right? But he won't look for things for more than 1 second. Which is good. He'll talk it out, though. If something's missing, he'll talk it out, which is cool, you know, because that means ultimately he's just better at looking for things with his mouth than his eyes. And honestly, that's how we ended up getting married. So thank you. Thank you. But truly, though, I mean, I think the ultimate reason I don't want to live in the woods with him is we've been together 10 years. I'm still not 100% sure he's not a serial killer. Okay, listen. Hear me out, all right? I do watch a lot of Dateline. I listen to a lot of murder podcasts. Yeah. And he fits the profile, okay? I don't have any evidence yet, but here's the thing. We did meet doing comedy. He's a comedian. That's just one step away from being a clown. Very murdery, all right? Also, he owns a pressure washing business. That's a murder cleanup company. That's what that is. He's got a lot of bleach in barrels, and he could disappear me real quick if he wanted to. Most importantly, though, he's a middle-aged white dude. He wears glasses, and his middle name is Wayne. So, chances of him murdering me are real high. Real high. He hasn't yet, though, and I'm a little upset about that, honestly. Like, are you murdering hotter bitches than me? Like, who? What's she look like? It's fun, though. I do enjoy being with a quirky guy, though. It's good. I like it. It's a little spicy, right? I like being on edge. I'm like, is he gonna kill me? Is he not? Like, It's fun. Keeps things fresh. I enjoy that. It's important, though, if you're looking for a fella. Like, find yourself, or anybody, woman, man, doesn't matter. Find yourself somebody who's been through some shit. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Get you somebody who's got a little PTSD, you know? Yeah, keeps it interesting. That's what it is. He's been through a lot. Most of his family's dead. Listen, I know that sounded harsh, okay? But I didn't do it. He might have, but we don't know for sure. That sounds rough. And I give it to him. Like, he's been through a lot, right? And most of the time, like, you know, I'm sad for him, and I'm like, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. But there is one upside, though, to him having a mostly dead family. Listen, when I was wedding planning, having a dead mother-in-law, it's the best gift that you could get, honestly. That's the kind of gift you can't register for. They don't let you do it. The whole rest of the year, I'm like, this is awful, I'm so sorry. But, like, Those months leading up to the wedding, I was like, thanks a lot, Brenda. You know, like I was really thankful for that. Because he's been through so much, it has made him a little different, all right? And that's okay. Like, he's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, which is fun, you know? Get yourself one of those. Those are the kind of guys who aren't going to cheat on you, right? Because they're busy. They got a lot of research to do, right? They're at the computer a lot, okay? It's a safe place for them to be, you know? Because they got to keep up with what's going on. They got to make sure, you know, the Illuminati isn't putting out chemtrails to confuse us about the truth of 9/11, right? So it's important. He's got work to do, okay? Here's the thing about my husband and I. I think it's important too, like if you don't agree 100% on everything with the person you're with, that's okay. I think that's okay, all right? Because we ended up in the situation that we're in as a country because we didn't listen to people who disagreed with us politically, right? And I think that's ridiculous. We all got to come together. We can't just rely on the internet to tell us what other people think and what they don't think. Let's just talk to people in real life, right? Find out, because, yeah. At the end of the day, most of us want the same thing, right? We just want to come. And that's it, honestly. That's really all we really want to do. What else is the point? Yeah, the whole staff is raising the roof. It's a great throwback reference, love that. I don't know, it's important to be with somebody and at least spend time with people who don't 100% agree with you because you'll learn a lot from that. Like, for instance, I know I'm not in the right town for this, but y'all, I'm a registered Democrat, all right? I'm an NPR sustainer. And listen, I read. So there's things that I do. My husband, he gets all his news from YouTube, and that's cool. That's cool. But here's the important thing. This is where we come together. Like, this is where we share values, and that's what you got to find in other people. And he and I realized that, you know, we share an important value, and that is the importance of him going down on me. And that is what brought us together, honestly. And he's great at it. He's amazing. Like, he acts like it's on the food pyramid, right? Like it's something that he needs to get in regularly, right? It's somewhere there near like dairy and legumes. Like it's somewhere in there. He's like, I just got to get it in. And I love that. I love that. And sometimes, y'all, when I'm riding his face, I'm like, you know what? Ron Paul did have some good ideas, so you're not wrong. Just bone across the aisle, that's all. That's how we're gonna bring this country together. There we go. Thank you, thank you. We have a very interesting relationship. I know some people are like, oh, that's crazy. You talk a lot of shit. Y'all really, we are super fucking happy. We're great. And here's the best way that I would describe the two of us together in a relationship. We're kind of like, we're like the movie E.T. Have y'all seen E.T.? You're familiar, right? Some people are too young. You don't remember E.T., but I feel like I'm Elliot and he's E.T. Like, that's what I feel like, right? Like, one day I was wandering around outside and I saw, like, I saw some commotion coming from a shed and a light coming out. And I was like, what's in there? Because I'm white, so I'm like, let's open this up. And then I opened the door and there he is. And he's like, huh. He's terrified, right? He's like, I just got here. He's like, where am I? Where's my family? And I'm like, you're adorable. You come with me, bud. We're gonna get you inside. We're gonna dress you up to fit in with everybody else. We're gonna put you in some clothes that match. Come on. Come with me. You like beer? Let's do this. All right. And I had some Reese's Pieces on me, and Just use those. I was like, here, follow these inside. Come on. Let's get you indoors, see if you can eat some pussy. We're gonna get you in there. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't think that's how the movie went, but I didn't watch the whole thing. It's a porn version. A lot of people hadn't seen it. A.T. Bone Home. It's just real. Either way, it ends up the same way, right? It's the same scenario. It's just him on a bicycle heading out into the woods. Thinking the FBI's out to get him. I got him wrapped in a little blanket. I got you, baby. Who loves you? It's fine. Oh man, I don't know. For a while we were trying to have kids. Not right this second. We tried for like a year and a half. It's a lot of work, first of all. A lot of work to have kids. Who's got kids? Some people got kids? Cool. Who had kids the first time they tried to have kids? Okay. Who tried to have kids and it took a little work? Okay, that's not who said who has kids? That's not. Who has kids and you don't know where the fuck they are? I feel like that's. There we go. I feel like that's more of the demographic in this room tonight. I don't know. We tried for a little while. We might try again. I don't know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to have kids. First of all, I was terrified for so long of getting pregnant. I was like, you think that like if you have sex one time, you're gonna get pregnant, So like my parents had me in high school, and when your parents have you before senior year graduation, they put the fear in you. That's what they do, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure the first thing I learned as soon as I could start talking was, if you see a penis, run. Run as far and as fast as you can away from the penis, okay? So as soon as I started having sex, it was like my thighs were made out of like Wonder Woman's cuff bracelets. They're just like ping, 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 ping. Keeping all the baby juice away. You gotta be careful, you gotta get it away. Get it away, get. Sometimes you're hooking up with somebody, get a little sperm on your knee, and you're terrified because you're like, maybe it crawls up. I don't know. Not 100% sure I knew how babies were made for a while, all right? I was just like, I know I need that off me. That's what I know. So the second that I was in like a good, healthy place and I was like, all right, I want to have kids. Like I was like, if we're going to try, this is it. It's probably going to happen immediately. That's what they tell us. It's going to happen, right? So I was like, shit, we're going to start. I should start painting the nursery, okay? And we started. Nothing happened. We tried again. Nothing's happening, right? And people were like, but did you get tested? Yeah, I got tested. Did he get tested? Yes, all the things are supposed to work. They're also, people are like, did you use the fertility test? And I'm like, yeah, that weird Game Boy that I had to spend $400 on Amazon so that I could pee on a stick / my hand every morning for a year and a half to plug into this stupid machine so it could tell me, you can have sex today, right? Like, yeah, I did all of that, And then I got some metaphysical friends and they're like, have you tried all of these? Have you used the crystals? I'm like, yeah. I've got a few inside me right now. I'm doing all the things. Okay? The worst advice, though, that I got was my friends who were like, well, you should probably stop drinking. That's the most confusing thing, because I was like, bitch, that's how all y'all got pregnant. Like, I don't know why you would tell me not to do the one guaranteed way to get pregnant. That's when I learned I didn't have real friends, okay? I don't know, we tried for a while. It's not easy though, it's not easy, right? So I was trying all the new things. I was trying shit that nobody told me to try, right? For instance, I started collecting sperm. I know I put it on all the chairs in the house. Started washing my clothes in it. Listen. put a little in my smoothie every morning. I don't know. I know men are bad at asking for directions, so maybe the ones up here would talk to the ones down here. They could get together, point out where the cervix is, and they could work that out. I don't know. All I know is don't come to my house because there's cum all in my house. That's all I know. That joke's not gonna make it into this, for sure. That is definitely not one of the ones I'm gonna do on America's Got Talent. Now let me do it. Let me do it. I don't know, though. I'm ready to, I think I could be a mom. I think I'm ready to be a mom. I think I'm ready to be a mom because I know that I would be a good mother, okay? I do know that. I do know that. I do know I'd be a good mom, mainly because before my husband, I raised a lot of men. Okay, that's right. Raised a lot of them. And some I raised successfully. They went on to meet other women and have children, you know? And I'm like, you're welcome. You're welcome, women. I did that. I did that, you know? They weren't all successful, though. They weren't all good. Dated 2 different guys who both jumped out of a moving car. Okay? 2 different times, 2 different guys. And I do realize that I'm the common denominator in both of those situations. And I did push the second one, but that's not what we're here to discuss, Your Honor, okay? Had one long-term relationship that was really bad. The last serious relationship I had before I met my husband, dated a guy that I knew was cheating on me, but it was hard to prove. Has anybody else been in a relationship where they thought they were being cheated on? Okay. Some of you can't say anything because you're like, I'm with him right now. It's all right. I'll help you investigate later. Also, that wasn't enough hands. There's no way I'm the only woman in here who's dated men, all right? There's no way. I'm sorry, fellas. Sometimes guys are like, ooh, women lie too. Yeah, we do. We're better at it, though. Women are better liars, right? Because we start small. We have sweet lies, lies that keep the relationship together, you know? Stuff like, oh my God, it's so big. And, ow. And you're the first one I ever let do that, you know, stuff like that. Sweet lies. Sweet lies. Lies that keep the relationship together. Dudes, y'all don't do that. Guys, your lies are too big. You lie about things like second families, all right? Start smaller with your lies, fellas. Start smaller. This guy I was with for years, I shouldn't have been with him. Like I said, there were red flags from the beginning, but he was very tall. They'll get you. The tall ones will get you, right? They look good in pictures, all right? And I shouldn't have dated it. I accidentally dated that guy for 6 years, and I mean, he was tall the entire time. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. And I guess the whole relationship wasn't bad. You can't say a whole 6-year relationship was bad. Like, we had some nice pastimes, right? We had some sweet pet names for each other. Like, I'd call him Sugar Butt, and he'd call me a crazy bitch like my mom. And what a sweetheart. We did this one, my ex and I did this one fun thing together when we had a night off. It was called Fighting in Public. Anybody else? Oh. So much fun, so good. What we would do is we would pregame at the house, and we were classy. And then we'd go out to dinner, and we'd have a couple bottles of wine, you know, because it'd be a Wednesday, they'd be half off, and gotta get your money's worth. And then afterward, we'd end up, you know, at some bar, you know, and have 17 more drinks. And at some point, I would come out of the bathroom, right, with all my baggage from all my suspicions, you know, and I'd have my eyelashes from earlier on my cheek. And I'd come out of the bathroom, and I'd see him talking too close to some woman, and I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? And he's like, this is the waitress. I'm trying to order you another drink. And I'm like, oh, really? Are you trying to order it through her ass? And he's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, you're crazy. And he's like, then leave. And I'm like, I will leave. Right? And I go walk outside, but then my shoe would fall off. on the way out because I was too prideful to go get it. So I'd just be stumbling out like some sort of white trash Cinderella, right? Just heading out until I was sitting on the curb just crying into my phone, right? Until some sad bartender would come out with a shoe and he's like, this again? He's like, hey, could you put your shoe back on? I'm like, that's not my shoe. I'm fancy, I only wear Louboutins. That shoe says Forever 21. And he'd be like, that's interesting, because it matches your other shoe. And you're only you're the only shoeless bitch out here. So could you put that on, get in there and date that guy for another 3 years? And I did. I did. He was right. Thank you. I don't know, towards the end of that toxic relationship, like, I needed to catch him because I knew he was cheating and it was just, it was too tough, but technology was finally on my side. iPhones finally came out, right? That's how long ago this was. And so we started this other fun pastime that we would do together. And what that was when he would come home from his bar job and go to drunk sleep, what I would do is I would wake up from fake sleeping. And then I'd go around the bed and go get a cell phone off the nightstand, right? I'd come over to my side of the room and I'd crouch down real low, right? It's important that you stay low if you're gonna go through somebody's phone, all right? You stay low, you stay in the room because you can keep one eye on him, one eye on the phone. And if he wakes up, you can throw yourself on the floor, roll under the bed for a second. Listen, wait till they go back to sleep, then you go back to recon, right? So I did this night after night. I'm going through his phone, right? Just looking at him, like, butt naked in the corner of the room, just scrolling. Like, I'll show you crazy. And I found it. He was cheating on me the entire time, okay? He was cheating on me, and I had found the most recent one. He had 3 months of evidence in his phone. He didn't delete anything. And what I could have done is I could have confronted him in the middle of the night, right? But it had been 6 years, So I needed to collect all the information so I could do it the next day at his job in public. So it's much easier now, okay? Because now we have AirDrop. You can just send that over real quick. It's not what I had to do, though. I had to do the old scroll screenshot, right? So you got to do that. You got to go through, you got to collect all the evidence. Scroll screenshot, scroll screenshot, scroll screenshot. Then you got to text yourself the screenshot of the text messages that you found out of his phone, right? But you got to cover your tracks. Go into the photo album, delete the screenshots of the text messages that you already took on his phone. Go to the conversation between the two of you, delete the screenshots of the text messages that you already texted to yourself. Don't forget the deleted album. Go in there. Delete all the screenshots of the text messages that you already deleted out of the album and out of the text messages. And I just bring this up to tell y'all how good it feels to be in a healthier place. Thank you. Feels good. Feels good to be with someone whose phone I don't have to go through anymore, Feels nice. I still do it, but nothing in there. Just pictures of mountain bikes. That's it. All right, y'all are incredible. I've been Lace Larrabee. Thank you so much.